Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of the Faux Show. Today is Thursday, April 4th. My name is Angela, and joining me tonight is Crash Bandicoot and Tyler. But then, of course, nope, I was going to say the lower third, but I'm not there yet. The Faux Show is not a real show. It is a social experience because I don't look at you. I look at the chat which I have here on my iPad. It's full screen on... Well, there it is. That screen. It's on a monitor where we can see... There's no we where I can see myself. I don't do solo shows very often, but it is in the best lower third on the internet, which is right there. I think that's all right. Okay, so tonight's episode is all about left-handedness. I can't remember why this came up. It was something inappropriate, but it came up, and it was an interesting topic, and I thought there's something here, and there definitely is. I have a huge show doc, and with me tonight, as I mentioned, I have a live hangout going. The audio has been muted until, well, right now when I'm unmuting it. And I'll be wearing these bad boys. So, let's see. The first thing, let's see. I know, Tyler, you are left-handed, right?
Yep.
I mean, correct?
Correct, yes.
And Nathan, you are not?
No, I'm not.
No. Okay. All right. Well, that is established. We have a leftist and a rightist. No, not really. Actually, I think it's funny. I teased the show with a little poem or something. I don't even know what it would be called. And it made it sound like a political show, but that's not what it is. So, I'm not sure if you've noticed, but I am mousing with my left hand because I can mouse with my left hand, even though I'm right-handed. Although, I have a hand on each mouse, and I did just get confused there. So, to start off, there we go. 56 interesting facts about left-handedness and left-handed people. And you guys, feel free to jump in whenever. I think they can hear you pretty well. So, all right. So I'm not going to read all 56 of these, but just a couple interesting ones. Between 10 and 12% of people on Earth are lefties. Women are more likely to be right-handed than men by about 4 percentage points. August 13th is Left-Handers Day, which is kind of cool. I'm not sure like what you're supposed to do that's special that day, but you know, whatever. I guess they can have a day. You know? Do you do anything
Same year
special?
I was born.
Oh yeah? What? In
92?
Holy crap, you're young. 92.
Just turned 21 last week.
Wow. Yeah, geez. Okay, cool. Let's get that on your... Oh, that's not your face, but... All right. Many sources claim that left-handers may die as many as 9 years earlier than right-handers. Which...
Oh, great.
I know, yeah. Did you know that?
I've heard that, but I want to defeat that statistic.
That's great. Well, about yeah. I wonder how you would. I mean, like, anyway, it is weird to me. I found it in a lot of different articles. I'm not sure why that is the case, but
maybe it's something to do with like them stabbing themselves with pairs of scissors and things like that. Because
improper use, of course.
Yeah.
Of course, that's brilliant.
Cut their fingers off accidentally and stuff.
Right. Okay. Let's see. The English word left comes from the Anglo-Saxon word lift, which means weak or broken. And what's interesting about that is that there's actually a theory that people that are left-handed suffered birth trauma, and that caused brain damage of some kind that caused left-handedness. So, Tyler?
Not sure about brain trauma, but I did have a broken arm when I was born.
Oh my goodness, are you serious? I can't even imagine having to deal with that while, like, having a newborn. That's crazy.
I don't know which arm it was, but that might have contributed to it.
Uh-huh. Oh, hey, look, there I am in front of you. Wow. Well, that's interesting. Which arm was it that broke?
Like I said, I don't remember which one that I was told it was.
Oh, okay.
How do you break your arm while you're not born?
What? What did you say, Tyler?
A doctor probably broke it during delivery.
Yeah. Well, you know, yeah, things like that happen. Like, Dylan, he tried to come out with his arm above his head like Superman, you know? He was like this. That caused some problems because, you know, the head is the widest thing, and he's got this arm next to it, and but and they used to like break, or I think they still do break kids' shoulders to get them out of the birth canal and stuff, but that's just still. Anyway, I don't know. There's a lot of people that say no, it's not true, that it's a birth defect of some kind. Okay, let's see. Mothers who are over 40 at the time of a child's birth are 128% more likely to have a left-handed baby than a woman in her 20s. Again, there's some like charts that go around the internet where it's like causation versus something else. But anyway, like
correlation versus causation.
Mm-hmm.
Right, exactly. Like just because one thing can be compared to something else, and they have either, they could have perpendicular or, whatever. They could be opposites, but they could have nothing to do with each other. And I feel like some of these are a bit of a stretch. But, so even the word dexterity shows a right-handed bias, the term dexter meaning right, and refers to being right-handed on both sides, which is interesting. And if you think about it, like everything that we do, there is a side preference in everything. And I hadn't thought about some of the things that we're going to cover in this, in the show, but, let's see. This is I'm just going to play this in the background, I think. There we go. With the mouse right in the middle, just to annoy you guys. So, Peter's like, hey, haven't seen you in days. What have you been doing? He's like, oh, nothing. And then, and you can see he's got his beard thing going on. And then you saw him just point. Muscly hand. He's a lefty. It's about... Look at that. That's really funny, actually. But anyway, so, Quagmire's left-handed, and it's just a little tribute to him being at home by himself a lot. And then I have, just completely unrelated, of course, my son doing a Quagmire impression. And then looking at the dog, and then doing the giggity giggity. It was really cute when I got him to do that. And that was at that was really young too. He was like 7 months old there. So, it's auto playing. Oh, I didn't prepare for auto play. All right, there we go. Okay, so next, also in the cartoon media, and it's already been mentioned by Strengths in the chat room, the Leftorium. Ned Flanders, of course, is a lefty. So he opened that Leftorium shop. You guys watch The Simpsons, right?
Yeah.
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 Aren't there a whole bunch of actual left-handed shops now that specialize in things like that?
I guess. I do have I have a link to a shop that somewhere. Leftieslefthanded.com is a shop for the world's biggest selection, the left-hand store. And it's like things that you wouldn't necessarily know. I think it's kind of funny to have a left-handed pencil. Do you need a left-handed pencil? Yeah, yeah. I saw, if only you guys saw Tyler's face. He's like, what? I guess not, huh?
No. Why would they have a left-handed stick?
I don't know, but but can opener I get. You can't. Is it hard for you to use a can opener, or do you just learn to use it with your right hand?
I just use an electric one.
Oh, sweet! I'll do that. Cheater. Let's see, and then there's also scissors, of course, and it's. Do you own a pair of left scissors?
No.
You just don't cut things.
Not often.
Paper. Psh. That's funny. Okay. Let's see what else. What else we have here? We have an infographic with some of the same stats that we kind of already talked about, but some new ones too. Let me make it bigger. There we go. Whoa, that's a lot. There we go. Okay, let's see. We already did that. A study found left-handed men are, on average, 15% richer than right-handed men, for those who attended college and 26% richer if they graduated. And we just lost Crash Bandicoot. Left-handed people are 3 times more likely than right-handed people to become alcoholics. Comment?
I rarely drink, so...
Okay. Are both your parents right-handed or left-handed?
My mother's right-handed, and I think my father is ambidextrous.
Oh, okay. Okay. Cool. I have a coworker that I had to drive out to a vendor this week, and I asked him about if he's right or left-handed, and he is right-handed, but his parents and his sister are all left-handed. And I asked him, because I was curious, how about eye color? And he said they all have the same color eyes, and mine are brown, And so that was kind of weird. Like, I don't know if there's any correlation. I just thought I'd ask, about eye color, because I'm constantly amazed by Abby having blue eyes. I have green, and Chris and Dylan have brown, and who knows what this baby has. But anyway, and then I asked him, is there anything that you do with your left hand that you're like, why do I do that with my left hand when I'm right-handed? And yeah, he said he.
Now, out of both my younger siblings, one is right and one is left.
Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah.
I don't think I have any left-handed people in my entire family at all. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't think, I don't know of any either, really, especially not immediate family. So, anyway, all right, well, lefties are more likely than righties to really, really hate spiral notebooks. Left-handers are believed to, there we go, reach puberty 4 to 5 months after right-handers. Do you have a comment on that, Tyler?
It's been so long that...
Oh, really? Because you were just born in 1992. We covered that. Well, I that's interesting. I wonder why that is. Do you have any thoughts, Nathan? Do I need to repeat the question? Were you not paying attention?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I was listening.
I'm sure you have something witty to say.
I'm actually, yeah. I'm going to bite my tongue, actually.
Okay. I will pass. Okay. That is perfectly acceptable. Okay. According to, okay. That's the whole, you're going to die 9 years sooner. That's so crazy to me. How did they even come up with that anyway? All right. Let's see. Left-handed problems. That's a good one. Close Ned Flanders there. Okay, so we all know, writing on whiteboards is hard because as a right-handed person, this is my right hand, you write this way, but left-handed people, they scoot their hand across the board when they write. Did you find a way around that at all, Tyler, or did you just stay away from whiteboards?
Kind of wrote with my hands slightly lifted away from the board.
Okay. Yeah.
It helped a bit, though the handwriting kind of suffered.
Yeah, well, yeah, naturally. Do you have a pretty neat handwriting otherwise?
Not really.
Okay.
So it's already bad enough. It's even worse.
Right. Well, did you ever notice this about playing cards?
The numbers on them, you can't see them if you hold them the other way.
Yeah, so as a right-handed person, on the right of this picture, that's how I would hold my cards. But technically, if you reverse that for a left-handed person, you wouldn't be able to see all the. But you must fan them differently and just hold. Or I'm sorry, you must fan them the same way that a right-handed person does, but hold them in your left hand. Or do you play cards?
I don't play a lot of cards physically.
Super helpful, yeah, physically.
I don't actually think that would be a problem.
Toys like these.
Of course.
I can't see how that would be a problem because it's, like you hold you fan your cards. It doesn't matter which hand you hold them in, like you said.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
it would be the same, wouldn't it?
I don't know. That's why I was asking him.
Unless your thumb is like obscenely huge, like the size of a playing card, and it covered up a whole card, and you had to hold them a special way, but I expect you'd have some sort of other problems if your thumb was the size of a playing card.
Right. Let's see. Cryptic Martyr says, I'm left-handed and I can't write cursively all that well, but when I write with my right hand, it's perfect. So you must be ambidextrous if you can write with both hands. You know? I cannot write with my left hand, that's for sure. I can mouse with my left hand. I've had to do that because in order to elevate my legs at my desk, I have to be able to use my left hand for a mouse, but I don't prefer to. At work, I have a coworker that chooses to. She's like at home and at work, she just left mouses even though she's right-handed.
I use my mouse on the right side. It's just...
Oh, you do?
They have, the way they have the computer set up at schools.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, so you get used to it.
Yeah. Like I said, everything has a side.
Especially when you're gaming, it makes a lot more sense because you have WASD.
Yeah. Okay. It took me a second. You saw my wonder. Yeah. Right. Interesting. Yeah, I say, like, so somebody, in one of the links, there was something like, there's no left-handed piano, which I think is the same thing as the pencil thing.
Yeah.
Like, as long as you're doing something with both hands, like, such as the WASD and a mouse, like, does it really matter which one is doing which? I wouldn't think it would.
I mean, it's like... left-handed keyboard for a standard computer keyboard. That would make no sense.
Well, actually, one of the lefty world problems is having the number pad on the right side. I think some lefties might want to learn it on the, having it on the left side.
True. I was just mostly referring to the standard alphabetical and number row at the top.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, sure. So here's something funny. It's a left-handed coffee mug. I'm left-handed and I hate your scissors. Which I think is adorable. And let's see. And this is a pretty good graph. Things people say when I write with my left hand. Here we go. The green is I have a insert random relative who is left-handed. The blue is left-handers are so creative. The yellow is how can you write like that? And the red, which is a majority, it's like 50% of the pie, is are you left-handed? Do you get that a lot, Tyler? Actually, you probably don't write a lot, but when you do.
A little bit. But when I see somebody else writing left-handed, my response is, oh, hey, another lefty.
Oh, yeah. You're one of the gang. That's funny. Mail Holler is asking in the chat room, are hugs and such the same for both right and left-handed people?
That's, again, like left-handed pencil.
No, I know. I thought that was just good to... Oh, I just clicked on something. What? What is that? Okay. All right. And then, of course, there's famous lefties. Do you know any famous lefties, Tyler?
The current president.
Yeah. That's right. Oh, wrong one. There we go.
Bill Clinton is another one, wasn't he?
Oh, I was going to say, Bill Clinton is not our current president.
No, I'm saying, but he was
yes.
one.
Yes.
He's not the current. Yeah.
Yes, he is also one. And, I didn't mean for my face. Let's see. Politics, wrong mouse, sweet. What did I just click on over here? Tyler. Okay. That is going to be... Okay, left-handed authors. I'm going to get you off of that for a second because I don't want to... Let's see. Musicians, artists, left-handed actors. Whoopi Goldberg. Didn't know. There's a lot in... Oh, Marilyn Monroe. Not only was she supposedly plus size, she is also left-handed.
And Kurt Cobain as well, I think.
Oh, was he?
I think so.
That could be. I think I went past the music section pretty fast there. Well, anyway, there's like a whole list of, all the different sports and stuff. I wonder if that makes you better at any particular sport. They say there was one article that said that people that are left-handed tend to be more intelligent or a higher chance of being a genius, which is also interesting. Let's see. Okay, so people that are left-handed are typically or can be referred to as southpaws. And so there's a southpaws Reddit here where they've rearranged it and made it so that it's friendly for left-handers, and it's all the subjects are, about left-handed things.
That would make sense on a touchscreen, but that would just throw me off compared to the rest of the site.
Yeah, because not all Reddits obviously can convert to that, so you get used to one thing, and but it's still kind of cool.
Although I do actually see why they do that, because like Tyler said with the touchscreen, if you're holding it like that, your left hand is the one you want to...
Right.
Like when I'm lying in bed, I often have to do that and have to like reach across when I'm reading a book or something. Because turning the page is always on the right.
Oh, sure.
Which is a pain in the butt.
Right. And actually, I have an article like that. The 18 worst things for left-handed people. And the very first one is spiral notebooks. And it totally makes sense. They should have come up with something better a long time ago. But yeah, your hand gets all cramped in the spirals.
Can't stand them.
Yeah. Next thing, second worst or whatever. Three-ring binders.
Hated them.
Yeah. Now, I seem to recall that that 5-Star did make left-handed binders, but I could be wrong. Did you ever have a left-handed binder?
Nope.
Yeah. It's really interesting to think of a binder. Everything is what's the word? It looks the same. Let's go there. So you'd think, how could it be left-handed? But yeah, no, there is a way.
Couldn't you just flip the plastic sleeve
everything
things
upside down or flipped around?
Yeah, it would have to be. Yeah.
I mean,
it would have to have holes on each side or something.
I think the biggest difference would be having the folders would be upside down on each of the sides of the binder.
Right. Jeez. I can't even imagine. I'm so thankful I didn't have to go through these problems. Okay. I think I have... There we go. Okay. Only one gross lefty glove in gym class. Only 2 pairs of the green lefty scissors in class, but 3 lefty kids. Oh, I'm not showing you... there we go. There. Ballpoint pens don't work as well because you're pushing, not pulling the ball, which is interesting. I never actually realized that is why the pens don't work as well. But it makes sense. Ink all over the sides of your hands. Did you carry around wet wipes, Tyler?
No, I just had to wash my hands all the time.
Really? Wow.
Doing a lot of writing.
Yeah. Did you try low, or did you? Oh, it's okay. So did you prefer pencils or pens?
Pencils.
Really? Because I would think those would be messier.
My handwriting is better with a pencil than it is with a pen.
Right, because of that, because of what I was just talking about the directional thing. Yeah, the ballpoint of it. Okay. Back to that shot. Bunking elbows with a righty at the dinner table. The iPad Kindle app has on the left side, it's page back, not page forward.
Yeah, as for the dinner table thing, it's always careful arrangement of where I would sit.
Really? That was part of your, growing up, is...
Yep.
Tyler
Especially
has to sit over here.
To a restaurant.
Wow. It's almost like you have an allergy. We have to make exceptions for Dylan based on his allergies, in daily life. And so wow. I never thought about it that way. Well, I'm glad that we got somebody that's lefty in the hangout. They should make the Kindle app programmable so that the back button could be the forward button for left-handers, I think.
That's what I was saying before as well, because I often lie on my right-hand side in bed, reading. And so I'm holding it with my left hand, with my tablet. And I can't, I've got to sleep on my arm. So, yeah.
Right. Oops. Okay. the driver's cup holder is on the right hand. Or, I'm sorry, is for the right hand. Well, that's, that's more of an issue of...
That's a minor inconvenience. I mean...
Right.
Or is it that big of a deal to pick up a cup with your right hand?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, precisely. Okay.
The passenger's cup holder is on the left-hand side anyway, so it's the same.
Right, yeah. So
for us here in New Zealand, it's the opposite. The driver's cup holder is...
on the left.
Yeah, it still works.
You ride in the wrong side of the car.
Indeed we do. The right side of the car, you guys ride on the wrong side.
All right, so this one's great. Dying sooner, so becoming a zombie sooner.
That could be a good thing.
Right? Right? And that's a pretty gross face, though. All right, so, and I never thought about this, but I never really had, I think I had one college course that had desks like this. And it was like, it was at the community college, so less money. But yeah, I can imagine that this would be really hard for a left-handed person.
I think in high school I've had to deal with a couple desks like that, and I absolutely hated them.
Yeah, it's got to be nearly impossible. You've got to
turn to my side to even be able to write.
Right, yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. And then, and it's such a small surface. Yeah, that's too bad. All right, and then... says measuring cups show you the stupid metric side. I guess if you're holding it or looking at it anyway. The can opener, which we kind of discussed already. Sony. So I don't know if I agree with this one about the Sony PlayStation controller being made for righties. Do you guys have any thoughts on that?
It's no different than using my mouse with the right hand.
Yeah. It's and the WASD. It's two things at once.
I think it would be because
it would be what
for me. It would be more difficult for a lefty to use because for me when I'm using a PlayStation controller, if there's anything that has to happen with my left hand, like using the arrows or that other little joysticky thing, I can't do it at all. Like if there's a game where I have to use that, I just don't play the game because I'm just very, very right-handed. Like my left hand is nearly useless. So, so I imagine for people who, because normally most of your shooting controls and stuff are all on your right hand.
Right.
So if there was someone who was left-handed, but they were like me and they were, very, very left-handed.
So you're just saying the dominance of things that you have to do with the right hand would be hard for a left-handed person.
Even the way that they program the controls is generally, although you could probably change that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Okay.
I've never tried, so.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, the cord on the credit card machine pen is never long enough. So, yeah, because you'd have to wrap it around. Like, you'd have to hold it from the other side. It would, yeah. I could see that being a problem for sure. And then this, which we talked about. Tyler had to wash his hands a lot. That is definitely pencil. A little bit of graphite. Have you ever seen this product, Tyler?
No, I have not.
Yeah. It says, the saddest thing is that all the lefties in the BuzzFeed office now want these. So, yeah, it's to protect your hand from...
I don't know, that just seems a bit stupid looking. But I guess if it works, it's not stupid, right?
I guess, and you probably want the pink one, right? I'm just kidding.
Nah.
They don't make pink.
You'd want it if you were in a job where you were writing all day long and you were lefty.
Well, that's true, yeah. Like a journalist or whatever. Oh, okay. And
you could simply wash your hands. The thing I'd be worried about is having the smeared writing on the page itself.
Oh, sure, right. Yeah, or correct. See, I hate that. It's on the left, right? Okay. I think that might be it for... Yeah. Oh, wait, no. I have one more video, and it's really cool. So I will throw that up there. It's somebody writing with both their left and right hand at the same time. You see that? So now there's an ad. It's pretty crazy. That's somebody that's ambidextrous.
That would require a lot of skill for that coordination.
Yeah, well,
I think doesn't she do it upside down as well and then mirrored as well?
Yeah,
I've seen that one.
She's doing it. It's like upside down and backwards because you can read. Like, she spelled things in reverse. It's really bizarre. It's really crazy. But anyway, you can find links to that and all the other things that we covered in the show today in the show notes. I'm going to do, let's see if I can do it. A left-handed mail sack. Oh, I'm failing at it. Jeez. Mail sack. Woohoo. There we go. No! Secret sauce. Okay. So, Brian T. writes, "Hey, Chris and Angela." And you guys can chip in. I didn't turn your volume down, by the way. He writes, "It was in the brainstorming stages for a while, but finally my wife and I, at the beginning of April, started the paleo diet in an attempt to live healthier and potentially lose some weight. We are going through the diet for the whole month, and after 4 days later, I'm already starting to feel more energy as the diet goes on. Around day 3, I felt a withdrawal from soda and other miscellaneous snacks, but as day 4 goes on, I feel more energy and less bloated. They say that diets reboot your system as you eat like a caveman and you cut out dairy, breads, and sugars, and instead get your nutrients and natural sugars from meats, fruits, and vegetables. Have you and Chris ever went on diets together in the past? What are your thoughts on the diet, and would it be something you would try?" And so what I have to say to that is, now this was feedback using the contact form and then selecting FauxShow. So he specifically wrote it to the FauxShow. So I'm going to have to say, watch episode 77 about us going paleo. And it's really cool. We've got, we have comments, but, that's a small show notes, but there's show notes and everything. And then let's see, I have another link. Also in this show notes, it's not in the paleo show notes because we hadn't finished paleo diet yet, but I have a link to the album of the different meals that we had every day. And we did it for 45 days straight, and I lost about 20 something, like 22 pounds, and Chris lost about 30 or 35. And he, for the most part, has stayed fairly paleo. I have not, but mainly just because it's hard to do that when you're pregnant. So anyway, so that was that's actually the only mail sack thing I chose because a majority of my emails these days are people wearing their TechSnap 100 shirts. And so if you have yours, take a picture of you wearing it or of something or someone wearing it and send it in. I still have
yet to do that, but I got it right here.
Woohoo! Somebody screenshot him. There's Tyler's submission. Woohoo! There it is.
Yeah, already on the show.
Yep. So I plan to do the FauxShow Awards makes his triumphant return after this guy moves. Actually, the TechSnap 100 shirt isn't dependent on Tyler, but the desk award, that is going to come up maybe May or June once he gets settled into his new place.
June would be the safest.
I'm sorry?
So June would be the safest.
June?
At this point.
All right. Well, so unofficially June, but you can email Angela at jupiterbroadcasting.com your TechSnap 100 shirt, or you can go to jupiterbroadcasting.com and go to the Contact Us section and fill out a contact form and then email whatever show it is that you want to email us about. And I think that's it. So hopefully this was okay for my first solo faux show since like April 2011. And thank you guys for joining me and making it maybe not so boring.
Of course, you needed the input of a lefty.
Yeah, well, I certainly did. Yeah, I didn't mean to make this show so focused on you and not Nathan, but Nathan still contributed for sure. So anyway, That's it for this episode of The Faux Show. We'll see you next week.
Don't forget, you can catch recent episodes of The Faux Show on
JupiterBroadcasting.com/Faux Show.
Also, get them on demand in the iTunes Store. Search for Faux Show.